thanks for joining along in this long haul that wasn't successful. I guess it happens. I mean, I guess this shows it happens to all of us sometimes. Anyways, we'll get this starter rebuilt, get it back in the car, get it running, and hopefully it'll all be good. Okay, so I got the starter out because I hooked up the battery from the tractor to it and still couldn't get it to crank properly. I mean, it was so close to firing if it could just go a full crank, but I think it's got to be the starter motor. I mean, there's nothing else there. I had a million batteries hooked up, but so I pulled it apart and you can see all this corrosion in here and you can see the corrosion on the armature. I'm gonna just end up taking this whole thing apart. I don't know, maybe I won't take it apart. Yeah, I'm gonna end up taking it apart and cleaning it up because I don't really want to buy another starter if I'm not going to use that motor. So I'll take that up and clean it apart, get it back in there. So thanks for joining along on this. Okay, so here's the inside of that starter. I've already been sanding on this a bit. But it was, see, I've already sanded all this up. The whole thing around here was pretty rusty. So I'm just cleaning it off. I wasn't originally going to show you guys because, I don't know, I figured maybe you've taken the starter apart and fixed it up, but maybe not. So here's a quick of what I do. Split the housing, take this off, your outside piece off. Look at the rust in there. This thing's been wet. I'll give a light sand on these brushes a little bit, just clean them up a bit. These are your brushes inside. They're pretty worn down, actually. I mean, they could stand to be replaced if I had a rebuild kit, but I don't. And like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to use this starter. The copper or brass part here is, I don't know if it is copper or brass. I guess it's copper. So the copper part here was pretty corroded, so I already sanded that up. So you just take, I just take some emery cloth. This is, I don't know, I don't know the grit. Look up there, does it say? 180. Emery cloth. And on the boats and that, we used to take them right out and you'd actually put this in the drill press. And what we would do is spin it in the drill press and hold the emery cloth on it as it spun slowly in the drill press. And that's how we'd fix them up and put them back together. But with these, it's a little bit tougher to take it apart, and I don't really care. So I'll just sand it here. So I just take both sides and just sand her up, and the same thing here. Obviously this whole thing will spin, but I'll just keep sanding this up until I clean it up a little bit better and put her back together and give her a whirl and see what she's like. So I've also got this deoxidization spray. Works pretty good to clean up all these contacts and stuff. Spray it in here. Sprayed it in your coffee too. It tastes real good. No, don't do that. I'm just kidding. But spray it all over the contacts. So I don't know if you remember, these were pretty corroded before, and I've sprayed them down. Sprayed them with some brake cleaner first to clean them off, and then sprayed them with this stuff. And just cleans it up pretty nice and gets the oxidation off of electrical stuff. So if you're ever doing electrical stuff in the car, this is the stuff that fixes all those electrical parts up. Okay, so what I like to do after to test them out, so I got it all back together. And normally I would have wire wheeled these screws and stuff and maybe just clean up this housing a bit, but my wire wheeler is on the floor because moving stuff around, I got to make another stand for it. Look at all this mess. Still cleaning it up. Just don't give me a hard time, all right? So if you've ever wheeled one of these over, I guess I should have done this to show you before I went and did this. It spun quite slow. It wasn't spinning very fast. So now it's pretty good. All right, so now it should be spinning that motor over a lot better. We got a lot better contact inside here. So I'll throw it back on the car and see if we can get this thing fired up. Okay. So I got the starter back in. So let's see what happens. I don't know that I need that jump starter. That's okay, we'll leave it there. Oh. This. Now, let's see what happens here. Still. I do not understand. All right, let's hook up this other battery. I just don't understand. Oh. See, she wants to start. I don't even know. I mean, we've put so much fuel in this thing. Okay. I just don't understand. Come on. Man, oh man. I just don't understand because it rolls over easy by hand when you get the breaker bar in there. The motor's tight. I don't know. Maybe that starter is still messed up. Ouch! It's getting a little hot. Ow! God, that's getting melty. Man, oh man. I just don't know. It's a shame because it was so close for a second there. The fact that that's getting really hot tells me that starter probably isn't good, but I don't know. Oh, I don't even think I can get this off if I wanted to. This thing is just, I need gloves. There, off. Double off. She is just not happy. Not happy. I almost wonder if it's the transmission. It's a shame because it was so close. Like I said, I'd really like for this to be running and driving. So I can at least pull it in, get it off the hoist, pull it in and out if I needed to. Not that it's got any brakes, but you know, that's okay. Oh, goodness. All right, well, I guess I got to charge up 3 battery devices now. And see what happens after that. Yeah, I think there's something wrong here. It runs, but also pops out of the carburetor. So I don't know. Just the way that it is, I can't get it to do anything other than that. So I think maybe there is a stuck valve or something. And I don't think I want to spend the time on this. It's really, the motor is not known to be good. So who knows? I've got a good, like I said, I've got a good small block Chevy in the back, 350. Well, why don't I show you? Let's go in the back here and I'll show this to you quickly. It'll be a little bit dark back there. But you should be able to see it. So, here's the 350. And yes. Hang on, wait for it. It's pink. It's my wife's car. It was in her car. And she wanted a pink motor, so there you go, pink motor. It's a 350 010 4-bolt main block, 300 horse, originally factory 300 horse motor, 300 horse heads. The heads match the block, all the date codes match, the crank matches, 4-bolt main. It's been bored 30 over, and I can tell, I didn't pull the heads off, but I looked up underneath, and because they're aftermarket heads, I can see the part number, aftermarket pistons. I can see the part number on the pistons. So that was easy to tell what they were. I can see in from the top, I can see that they're flat top pistons. And this thing runs awesome. It was in the Malibu and runs amazing. So I'm just gonna take this. There's a 700R Ford transmission down there, so it'll have 4-speed, and slam it in there. I mean, it makes the most sense. Like I said, this motor runs great. The carburetor that got on it is a little bit funky, but so what? I'm not going to bother with that 350 Buick anymore. I'll probably just yank it out and sell it to somebody that wants to monkey around with it. I'm just not going to bother. There's not much point. Like I said, I've got that motor. I know it runs good. I know I can toss it in there. Just buy a set of Chevelle mounts or whatever, and in she goes. May have to obviously modify the drive shaft a little bit for the 700R4, so I don't know whether I can modify this one, get it cut down, or I'll just get a new drive shaft made for it. Either way, I mean, it is what it is. So that's what happened there. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes, and it's real life, right? Can't get it to run. Oh well, I'm not too disappointed. Just means it can't move it around for a while because I'm not going to throw the motor in because I'm working on this. This has got to go to a car show, hopefully, if we're allowed to have those here in the next little while. It's an indoor show, wintertime show, so this is supposed to go to that. I'll have updates on that closer to it. I'll post a video about that and talk about it, but as of right now, that's the plan. So I've got to get my rad support done and a few other things. So I'll have some videos coming up on that as I'm working on it more. So thanks for watching. Again, please subscribe, like, follow. I'm at Long Speed on Instagram. So you can follow me there. That's where I post most of my stuff. Don't do much on Facebook at this point, but that's where I'm posting stuff right now. So anyways, take care, and we'll see you later.